Kasi ang problema din nila sa award, back, yung back share pa na sa kayong award.
Baka namin din i-early ka mo. Hinahanap niya yung 4 billion na hindi ko. Yung 4 billion na yun, salamat na sa natin.
Baka customer interest na nyo mapos. Wala,
Umaga and Assalamualaikum to everyone. Before any great undertaking, we first invoke the blessing of the Almighty God. And I request Erhan to have the invocation. I should have the
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Amin ya rabbal alamin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Arrahmanir rahim. Maliki yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Rabbi ishrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul min lisani yafqahu qawli. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وادخلنا الجنة مع الأبرار يا عزيز يا غفار يا رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين.
May I request the secretary for the roll call?
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone. For today's conference, we will be having pre-bid conference for civil works. We have a total of 5 contracts: 240205, 24N00318, 24N00320, 24N00321, and 24N00198. Here are the attendees: the Chief Didilanganin Chairperson, Attorney Nora Addo, Vice Chair, Sir Zarkani Mansamayan, Back Member, Arnold Ulangkaya, Back Member, Naraki Monalico, Back Member, Aladino Sudan, Back Member, Chanalin Espiang, DWG Member, Aaron Longdayat, DWG, Jessica C. Romano, Back Secretariat, Orfa Malazarte, Back DWG, Grace L. Marcelo, Back Press Secretariat, Roberto Gabriel Conrado Capulong, from PDT, Aya Balo for parent staff, and we also have observer from COA, Cecile G. Del. That's all.
Thank you. The back is in quorum and I call this BB conference to order. So may I request the representative of the Chief of the Planning Division Chief for the basic contract data.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. For contract ID for M00198, of carriage rate improvement, urban valley of road, section ID F00748, and then change 000. So work is many of intersections, improvement of intersections, one intersection. Approved budget for the contract is 2,736,704 pesos. The contract duration is 3 days. Contract ID for M00204-205, construction of road. Station plus 002 station 0+685. Barangay OP on the Norte, scope of work is construction of road, equivalent to 0.37 million kilometers. Approved budget for the contract is 13,020,000 pesos, 70,567 pesos 78 cents. Duration is 51 calendar days. For contract ID 24M00318, construction of road. Station 0+000 to station 1+000, Barangay Arapo, Bulgon, Minan of the Norte, The scope of work is construction of concrete road equivalent to 2 lane kilometers. Approved budget for the contract is 17,310,910 pesos and 97 dollars. Contract duration is 51 calendar days. Contract ID number L00320, construction of the concrete road, station 0+000 to station 0+1000. Barangay Samin, Manila, Villa del Norte. Scope of work is construction of concrete road, equivalent to 2 lane kilometers. Approved budget for the contract is 16,645,592 pesos and 3 centavos. And the contract duration is 51 calendar days. For contract ID, M0031, construction of concrete road, station 0+000, station 0+800. Barangay Operation Bayan, other Kamantalan, Movement of the Norte. Scope of work is construction of concrete road. 1.63 billion. Approved budget for the contract of 17,992,706 pesos 24 centavos. The contract duration is 51 calendar days. For contract ID for M00198, authorized improvement of the Alay Valley to the Paso Road, NIBF 00748, and NJ 00083. Scope of work is as follows. Part A, facility for the engineer to do the following. Provision of field office for the development basis, provision of 4x4 pickup fencers for the development basis. Part B, the general requirements, which is the following. Project field work signboard, operational safety and health program, traffic management, and organization. Part B, the following. First, common excavation, structural excavation, common soil, subgrade preparation, common material. Part B, sub-basic base course includes the following. Aggregate study scores. Part B, scores includes the following. Importance of pavement. And of course, millimeters taken for these. Part F, which constructed includes the following. Reinforcement steel, form grade 40, structural concrete, class A, 2026 FTA at 38 days. Part H, miscellaneous structures includes the following. Warning sign 600 by 600 millimeters, survey 6-1, pedestrian, 2 signs, pedestrian crossing ahead. Warning sign 600 millimeters, survey 2-1B. Intersection junction signs, Source Road. Regulatory signs 600 millimeters, R6-8B, miscellaneous signs, pedestrian crossing, Houston. Regulatory signs 900 millimeters, R1-2C, priority signs, given ways. Regulatory signs 600 millimeters, R4-1B. Speed signs, speed restriction maximum. Guided information signs, G1-5. Advanced direction signs, diagnostic direction signs. Hazard markers. 1,600 millimeters by 400 millimeters, and 2 one-way hazard markers. Reflectors and plastic pavement markings. White reflectors and plastic pavement markings, yellow. And single arm solar LED roadway lights. 120 watts on each meter policy. For contract ID 24M 00205, construction of road from Gayuno to Pinoy and other Norte. The scope of work was as follows. Part A, facilities for the rental basis. And operation and maintenance of 4x4 pickup type service vehicle created. Project Part B, general requirement includes the following. Project field work design board, occupational safety and health program, traffic management, mobilization. Part C, earthworks includes the following. Clearing and grouting, removal of structures, construction, concrete, embankment from borrow, common soil, and survey preparation, common material. Part D, aggregate. Part B, sub-basic base course includes the following. Aggregate sub-base course. Part C, surface course with the following. Crushed aggregate surface course, Portland cement pavement unreinforced, 230 millimeters thick or 40 days. Part G, drainage and soil protection structures with the following. Reinforced steel, grade 4, deformed grade 40, and structural concrete, class A. Part H, miscellaneous structures with the following. Reflectorized thermoplastic pavement marked is white, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement marked is yellow, and single arm solar LED roadway lighting, 50 to 80 watts at 8 meter pole. For contract ID 24M 00318, Construction of road, but may applicable that Maguindanao del Norte is conducted as follows. Part A, facilities for the engineer includes the following. Provision of field office for the engineer on a basis and provision of 4x4 pickup that service for the engineer on a basis. And operation and maintenance of 4x4 pickup that service equal to the program traffic management, mobilization, and mobilization. Part C, earthworks, that is the following, clearing, grubbing, and suitable excavation, backup from borrowed common soil, and separate preparation of common material. Part D, sub-base base course, is the following, aggregate sub-base course. Part E, surface course, is the following, first aggregate surface course, portals and from pavement, and reinforced 230 millimeters thick. Part G, drainage and subdivision structures, is the following, reinforcing steel deformation, or D, structural concrete, class A. And 5 culverts, 910 millimeters in diameter. Part H, same structures, is the following, reflectorized and plastic pavement, markings white, reflectorized and plastic pavement, markings yellow, single arm solar LED will be lighting 50 to 80 watts. For project ID 24M00320. Construction of road, Valladolid, Maguindanao del Norte, is for purpose as follows. A, facilities for the engineer includes the following. Provision of field office for the engineer on that basis, provision of 4x public affection is equal for the engineer on that basis. And operation of maintenance and public affection is equal for the part B, additional requirements, is the following. Project development, signboard, additional safety and program, traffic management, and mobilization. Part C, reports, is the following. Clearing and grubbing, suitable excavation, backup and borrowing common soil, and separate information, common material. Part D, sub-base course, is the following, aggregate sub-base course. Part E, surface course, is the following, crushed aggregate surface course, portals and concrete pavement, and reinforced 230 millimeters thick. Part G, drainage subdivision structures, is the following, reinforced steel, 1.40 and concrete, class A. Part H, the same structures being following, reflectorized and plastic pavement, as well, reflectorized and plastic pavement, yellow. Single arm solar LED will be lighting 50. Lastly, contract ID 24M00321. Construction of roads located in the Sherpayan, Maguindanao del Norte, the scope is as follows. Part A, was used for the unit was the following. Provision of advice for the basis. Basis. Part B, additional requirements is the following, project of signboard, visual safety, program, management, mobilization. Part C, earthworks includes the following, clearing and grubbing, embankment from borrowed soil, and subject preparation of material. Part B, sub-base course includes the following, aggregate sub-base course. Part D, surface course includes the following, crushed aggregate surface course, portals and pavement, and reinforced 230 millimeters thick. Part G, drainage subdivision structures is the following, reinforced steel bar, reform grade 40 and structural concrete glass. Part A is the following, reflectorized and plastic pavement is white, reflectorized and plastic pavement is yellow, single arm solar LED will be like 50 to 80 watts. That's the
Any comment from the prospective bidders and their representatives? Hearing none, we proceed with the presentation of the technical proposals by Engineer Aya Maulu and Engineer Orca Malasat.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. For the technical requirements, PhilHealth certificate of registration and membership in accordance with section 8.5.2 of the IRR. Second, if the bidder is not previously enrolled in the CWA, the bidder's Class A and Class B documents not covered by the PhilHealth certificate in accordance with the 1.8.3 the MOU. These documents should include the following information in the IRR section 35.2. Valid pickup license or special pickup license in case of joint ventures. Statement of all ongoing government and private, including contracts awarded but not yet started. statement identifying the bidder's vessels is similar to the contract to be bid, NFC to computation and statement of total assets and total liabilities. JVA if applicable, so the bidder is previously enrolled in the CWA, but would like to update any of the Class A and Class B documents in the CWA. The pertinent documents to be updated. Third, bid security in the described form, amount, and validity period. Fourth, eligibility requirements under section 3.3 of the AIR.
The one arrow with the registered there for the project and requirements and for the first is the organizational chart for the contract to be designed by the organization. Second is the contractor fee of key personnel, so the quality personnel. Project manager, evaluation accredited contractors, project engineer, PWH accredited contractors, material engineer, construction safety officer, and construction foreman. For project manager, kindly include a copy of the clean ID card. For project engineer, accredited by the project engineer, shall be assigned by the contractors for the implementation and construction of buildings and bridges, as stipulated in Department Order Number 227/2024, and attached certificate of accreditation or report of rating. For materials engineer must be PWH accredited materials engineer, attached certificate of accreditation. For safety officer, the mandatory 40-hour-based course training course applicable to the industry and additional 48 hours of advance or specialized occupational safety training relevant to industry as required by the DOLE. Attached certificate of training for safety officer. For additional information requirements, such personnel should not hold the one position or recognition per project as per the bulletin number 7, number 2024. Attached or submit a copy of professional tax receipt and where for assigned to personnel. Third requirement is the list of contractors, major equipment in the pledge to be used for the project must be supported by proof of ownership if it is owned or for lease agreement. So for lease equipment, a list contract and certificate of the equipment should be submitted to the lessor or owner as the pledger of equipment. Available to be signed and authorized. For all equipment, certification or statement of availability of equipment should be submitted as the owner of the equipment. Stating therein that the equipment will be available for the operation of the project, should be signed as correct. For purchase agreement, the description of the equipment to be purchased must be indicated in the document. For additional information requirement, if that should be filled, stipulated in the data sheet of item clause 10.5, pledged vehicles purchased by the bidder, contractor, covered by purchase agreement must be registered under the name of proprietor or the company within 1 year from the execution of the agreement. Vehicle that remains unregistered under the specified name within 1 year of the execution of the deed of sale will be deemed non-responsive. So pledged vehicles should be validly insured under a policy other than the compulsory third-party liability and should have a valid registration with the transportation office under the open. Bidders attach in their submitted bids a copy of the LTO official receipt or certificate of registration of their pledged vehicle registered under the name of proprietor, copy of proof insurance of the pledged vehicle other than compulsory third-party liability. So in all cases, the bids should present the original of the documents to enforce qualification. So all bidders are required to fully comply with the contract minimum equipment requirements as described in the bid documents with a complete technical description of the pledged equipment list for purchase, such as but not limited to the engine number, year model, chassis number, plate number, load capacity, availability, and operating conditions. Additionally, they must specify the exact location of the equipment in their bid proposal. So if the bidder does not meet the requirements, if they can sheet, they will be automatically disqualified. Please take note that the proof of ownership of shipment and other document from the owner shall be readable and must be certified copy as needed during the postal application process. Warrant is the only source statement by the prospective bidder and the form prescribed by the GPTB, duly signed and authorized. Fifth is the inclusion of the minimum testing materials equipment. Contractors are likewise required for the inclusion of the minimum materials testing equipment in the technical component of the bid in compliance with Department Order Number 11, Series of 2017. Additional pertinent documents. First is the source statement of principal interest by the prospective bidder or its authorized representatives, duly signed and authorized. And lastly is the contractor's certification or affidavit of key personnel as the Department Order Number 9, Series of 2012, duly signed and authorized. That will be all, Mr. Chair.
Okay, the financial proposal will be presented by Engineer Vanessa Salazar.
Morning, Mr. Chair, and Mr. Ivan. For the financial requirements, first is the bid form, must be in accordance with the form prescribed in Section 9 forms. Contractors must write the original total price of the bid given in figures bids. The contractor has a discount offer. Please write the methodology application and indicate the new bid amount given in figures and bids. For the discounts offered, it will be deducted from the original bid amount and not on the ABC, and the amount given in words will be bid. Second is the bid prices in the bill of quantities. It consists of bid prices given in figures and bids. Third is the detailed estimates, which include summary sheets indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment values, depicting also the direct and indirect costs in coming up with the bid. Fourth is the quarterly or monthly cash flow payment schedule. There is also a prescribed form in Section 9 of the bid forms. And please take note that for the costing unit price for the facilities of the engineer, the 4x4 uptime service for the engineer on variable basis will be the same or by the documents. Or otherwise, it will be declared as non-compliant. The financial proposal that exceed the ABC indicated shall be rejected and any missing documents in the mentioned checklist is drawn for outright rejection. For the other pertinent issues, first contractors bid was submit one original copy and full copies. Likewise, the same must be funded, properly labeled, and originated as per the number 90/2000. Second, for those contractors who will use SPA submission of bid, please be informed that we will only acknowledge if there is a corresponding email or send SPA from the official email address of the contractors. Third is the requirements and notice of award. First, the notice of your sign requirement. The requirement there's work contractors always insurance. The president's data method and power schedule, and utilization schedule, for the organization for construction safety and health programs. Please be informed about the advisory about the fake band certification and website. So in line with this, please be advised that we will only acknowledge the original bank documents of the original confirmation will be issued directly from the insurance company and will be accepted during the submission of the submission. Next is the three-strike policy of the department. The provision governing the imposition of administrative sanctions for contractors performing tasks which tend to defeat the purpose of competitive bidding, such as equally withdrawing from bidding, submitting late bids, or other insufficient bid for at least 3 times within a year is not for valid reasons. I will also discuss the electronic submission and receipt of bids for the procurement of civil work contracts. For the preparation and submission of bids, Prior to the deadline of submission of bids, the bidder shall send a copy of the official receipt of purchase of documents, including another reply email shall be sent to the bidder after successfully sending the official receipt to the proper email address. Another reply email shall be sent to acknowledge the receipt of the official receipt. The bidders must prepare the electronic bid, a password protective archive format, and submit it to the email address identified in the unit and bidding machine. The submitted electronic bid shall contain two files, the technical and financial proposals, both in a password protective archive format. Bidders must submit the electronic bid using the registered email address and CWP. The password protective archive file submitted must be opened using the password provided by the bidder and must be successfully opened to access the above. Bidders shall be given a maximum of 3 attempts or a period of 15 minutes, whichever comes first, to provide the correct password, except in unforeseen justifiable circumstances. Otherwise, the bidder shall be disqualified. The bidder may also be subjected to the sanctions under the 17 series of 2015, the 3-strike policy, as may be warranted under the circumstances. The official email address of our office is electronic_archive@epwh.com.
Okay, any comments from the respective bidders as to the documents to be submitted, technical and financial, as well as electronic submission of bids? So, yun na, we proceed to the summary of proceedings, including bid bulletins to be used by Engineer Aya Maria Baudo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The following are the contracts to be bid. 24N00198, 24N00205, 24N00318, 24N00320, and 24N00321. The bid opening shall be on December 18, 2025 at 10:30 in the morning at DPWH Regional Office 12, Conference Room C South, Cotabato, and may be accessed through video conferencing by Zoom. Again, the bid opening shall be on December 18, 2025 at 10:30 in the morning. Should there be any clarifications, a supplemental bulletin will be issued and posted on PhilJust and DPWH website.
Okay. So any comment from the prospective bidders? Hearing none, we proceed to the next agenda, bid opening of department goods and related services. For goods with contract ID RFQ 2025-098, supply and delivery of office equipment for use of administrative division. Approved budget cost 98,300,000. May nota sa atin. Dito muna sa goods.
Goods.
After.
Oh, goods. So for RFQ 2025-098, there are 3 participating bidders. For JMA 97 Enterprises, Coffee Job Construction and Supply, and the last one is Impulsion Incorporated. So may I ask the Secretariat to open their proposal? And we proceed to contract ID RFQ 2025-118, procurement of printing supplies for use in human resource management section under administrative division. Approved budget cost 382,400 pesos. There are 2 participating bidders, AG Soft Pride Internet Cafe and Computer Studio, and the second one is 2848 Corporation. Another contract ID RFQ 2025-119, supply and delivery of IT equipment for use of records management section and administrative division. Approved budget cost 460,000 pesos, and there are three participating bidders. First one is AJ Soft Drive Internet Cafe and Computer Studio. The second one is Endpoint Record, and the third one is RBR 1030 Corporation. Another contract of goods with RFQ 2025-120, supply and delivery of vehicles, parts for use of vehicles under the construction division. Approved budget cost 153,000. Participating bidders are CNR Auto Parts, CSC Auto Supply, and Gear Up. So Secretariat will please open their respective start.
Ayan.
Pwede na natin i-open yung bid ng financial aid contract ID 25.
Nasali siya sa post ko.
O yun nga, pwede na natin i-open.
Pwede lang.
Okay, we also have here project and contract ID 25N 00081. Construction of multi-purpose building, Barangay Sangay, Kalamansi, Sultan Kudarat. We will be opening the financial documents of DYZ Construction, considering the Muslim Historical Federation approved. So, Back Secretariat, please open the financial documents of DYZ Construction for projects with contract ID 25N 00081. I know the style is DYC for the opening. Hindi. Ano, tayo, hindi na. Back to the area, your attention is invited. Contract ID RFQ 2025-120. For supply and delivery of vehicle parts for use of vehicles under construction division. For 120. 120. Okay, there are three participating bidders, CNR Auto Parts, Gear Up, and CFC. And in the initial review of the uh, for CNR Auto Parts, they failed to attach the previous registration certificate. So failed. For Gear Up, failed to attach previous certificate, Minister Lee become tax return, omnibus return statement, and indicated brand voice items being offered. So paid. And for CSE, it paid also to attach all required documents. So your tayo sa 120. You can see that soon.
Ang dami din, pero ano nangyari? Tulig lang siya. Ano mo? Ada ka.
Everything they're doing. 118, wait for it. Hindi, 119 pala. What should I do? I'm not trying to Eight four eight 948.
So si 119 apat ang participating leaders. Sa amin 119.
Pero wala ko sa secret. For itself,
Now we proceed to contract ID RFQ 2025-119. Supply and delivery of IT equipment for use of records management section under administrative division. Approved budget cost 460,000 and ano pala, there are 4 participating leaders. Aegis of Drive, Internet Cafe, Computer. The next one is Encore Incorporated. The third is RER 1030 Corporation. And the last one is 2848 Corporation. In the initial review of the back, Encore failed to submit the required documents. So it failed to attach pay debts, mayor's business permit, income tax return, only goes to statement, and as well as failed to indicate the brand of each items. For AJ Soft Drive, it complied with the attachment requirement, and the offer is 457,710. Okay. 457,710. For RP 1030 Corporation, it attached all the required documents and compliant, and the amount of fee is 458,689 pesos. Anong offer nito 48? And for the last one, 2848. He complied with the attachment required. Let me repeat. So sa 119, how
We have four participating suppliers for RNP with from your answer. So the secretary had inadvertently included 2848 Corporation as participating bidder for RNP with 25118.
okay, so wala pala siya. Okay.
So I want to mention.
Sa 119 siya. Okay, thank you. Teko, let me clarify na yung 248 Corporation inadvertently placed dun sa RFQ 2025 it should be RFQ 2025-119. Okay. So the offer of 2848 Corporation for RFQ 2025-119 is of course it attach the required documents compliant, and the offer is 459,900 pesos. Okay. Okay. So we proceed. Your attention is invited to contract to RFQ 2025-118. Okay. So loan bidder for CAGs of right. However, it tend to attach the income tax return and also the omnibus sort statement, so it did not pass the initial review of the back. So they now we proceed to RFQ 2025-098. There are 3 participating bidders, and the first one, and upon the initial review of the bank, it complied with the documents required, and the offer is 98,000 for JN. Okay, 98,000 for Coffee Job Construction and Supply Corporation. It failed to attach the field jets, mayor's permit, and of course, it failed to indicate the brand for each item being offered. And for Impulsion Incorporated, it also failed to attach the field jets, mayor's permit, and the income tax return, and also failed to indicate the brand for each item being offered. So failed in schedule. So ito na yung outcome for RFQ 2025-098. The bid goes to, the lowest bid goes to JNA 97, the amount of 98,000, subject to post qualification of the bank technical working group for goods and related services. For RFQ 2025-118, it failed to the bidding step For RF 25-119, the lowest bid goes to AJ Software Internet Cafe with the lowest bid amount of 457,710 pesos. Subject again to post qualification of the bank technical working group for goods and related services. For RFQ 2025-120, failure of bidding. And then for RFQ 2025-121, no RFQ return. So that's all. Now, we'll proceed to another topic. The post qualification of the following projects with contract ID 24N 00059. Okay na tayo. Road widening, Maharlika, oh no, okay. Before we proceed, we still have to open the financial proposal of DYG Construction Services for project with contract ID number 25N 00081. So upon the initial review of the map, the attached document is complied and the financial offer is 4,801,504.21. So those bidders in DYG Construction. So for contract ID 25N 00081, construction of multipurpose building, Barangay Sanay, Calamansing, Sultan Kudarat. The lowest bid goes to DYG Construction in the amount of 4,801,004.21 pesos. Subject again to the post qualification of the bank technical working group for civil works. Now we proceed qualification project with contract ID 24N 00